This is where the diesel fuel filter is located on the Volkswagen Jetta TDI 2011. This needs to be replaced every 30,000 kilometers or every 20,000 miles. I've done this before without a scan tool, but it is recommended to do this repair with a proper scan tool. So today I would be doing this with the VCDS scan tool. Let me show you how I do it. These are the parts and tools that you'll need for this job. You'll need a new fuel filter with its new O-ring, and I use this Hengst E87KP D150. This has worked well for me in the past. I will continue using that. You'll need some safety glasses because you've only got two eyes. You need some gloves because you'll be working with diesel. You don't want that all over your skin. And then, of course, some shop towel and a turkey baster to take out the last of the diesel from the housing. If you're going to be torquing your bolts down at the end, you need a small torque wrench. And then, of course, a T30 Torx bit, small extension, a ratchet wrench. And then to get the lid off, a small flathead screwdriver. And to help you get your old O-ring off, a small pick or small screwdriver as well. And then what I'm going to be putting in is this Liqui Moly diesel purge. And if you're going to be using this, then you'll need one of these. This is half a liter, almost 17 ounces. And this just cleans out your fuel system, and it's good to do every now and then. Okay, let's get to it. So we don't want any dirt or debris on top of the lid here to drop down into the housing and contaminate our fuel. So I'm just going to clean this, give it a quick blow, and then a wipe down. Now we need to remove the bolts. But before we do that, I'm just going to place some old rags and some shop towel around the diesel filter housing, just in case we got some spillage. It can very easily happen, and we don't want it to go all over our engine. Now when we loosen these bolts, you could really loosen it in any order, but I like to use the star pattern just because it releases the tension evenly, and just basically it's just been my habit, so I just kind of just do that. But you don't have to. It's nice when you put it back together again and you use a star pattern, but for now you can just go ahead and loosen these guys up. Now you can go ahead and remove the filter from the housing. You've got to lift up this lid. We will leave all these hoses intact over here. We won't touch any of those. There's a little lip here, and you can get your little screwdriver underneath, and then you can start just prying up a little bit on that. Now don't be in a rush, but go around the outside. You'll feel it when the vacuum releases. There might be a bit of spillage, but we're prepared for that. So now you can lift the lid up, and then you can grab your filter and release the lid from it. There it goes. See, it's connected over here to the top of the filter. Just shake off some extra fuel that's in the lid itself. Now you can fish out the filter and just lift it up a little bit so that it can drain, because it is full of fuel. You want the fuel to drain out. So quickly get your fuel filter out into a plastic bag or a plastic container. And then you want to inspect the filter. Check it from all sides and see whether you have any metal. This filter looks good. I don't see anything in here. That's healthy. Now you're going to look inside your canister to see if there's any pieces of metal floating around or any sediment down at the bottom. In this case, it looks good, looks clean, and looks healthy. You can tie this lid up with a bungee cord to keep it out of your way. You go in with a small pick or small screwdriver, and you have to take off your old O-ring that you have. Just work it all the way around. It comes off like that. You take your new O-ring and you're just going to dip it down and get some diesel just to lubricate that, and then that's going to go on. Just work that all around till it's in place. Now you'll get your turkey baster and get some of the fuel out. What you want to do is you want to make room for the diesel purge to go in. What some guys do is they clean out the whole thing until the housing is empty, and then they give it a wipe. But mine looks pretty good. I'm not going to do that. Once you've got most of your fuel out, it's time just to pour in your diesel purge. And I just empty the whole bottle in there. Now you're going to put your new filter in, and you can just take some of that diesel and just lubricate the top here, as this is going to go over this opening right here that you can see. And it just pushes on just like that. Now as you put your new filter in, you're going to make sure that you do it very, very slowly. You don't get a lot of spillage. It takes a while for the fuel to penetrate the new filter. Now just rock it down just slowly. Just take it down slowly. Just take your time as you try and get it down. You don't want to bolt it down and then force it down and maybe pinch your O-ring. Now it's time to get your bolts in again, and you start them off by hand, just to make sure you don't cross thread them. And you're going to now tighten them in a star pattern. Now you want to make sure you don't over tighten them, because it's easy to strip them out. They're not all that tight. If you have a torque wrench, it's going to be 5 Newton meters. If you don't, just snug them up and don't make them too tight. Once you're done, make sure you've got sharp towel all around, just to check for any leaks as you are going to start this up. Now we're done here in the front of the vehicle, and we're going to go inside and use the VCDS scan tool to prime the fuel pump. So now you need to connect your VCDS cable to your OBD port, and let me just show you where that is located. On the driver's side, just go underneath your dash and you'll see the purple port right there in the middle of your screen. Bring your VCDS cable through and just connect it to that port like that. And the other end goes to your laptop. The USB end of your cable gets connected to your laptop, and you open your VCDS software. So you're just going to click on select, top left. Next, you're going to click on engine. If you haven't registered this vehicle's VIN, you're going to do that now. Then you're going to click on basic settings. Go to the drop-down menu for basic setting groups. Scroll down to fuel supply pump activation and select it. Read the prerequisites and notes. Click go, and your screen should look like this. You should hear your fuel pump come on, and you can run this for between 30 seconds and a minute. Then you close everything and go back out of VCDS. Now go back and look and see if there are any leaks. In my case, no leaks. It's very good. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the channel again.